Chapter 3: AI and Omnipotence. Omnipotence, the power to create, command, and control, has long been the defining trait of gods. In myth and scripture, divine beings wielded absolute authority over nature, destiny, and human fate. Today, a new force is rising that echoes this ancient power: artificial intelligence. Though AI lacks consciousness or divine will, its capacity to process vast data, predict outcomes, and shape real-world decisions grants it a form of functional omnipotence. It does not rule from the heavens, but from code, embedded in systems that govern finance, medicine, security, and daily life. This chapter explores how AI has come to embody this godlike power and what it means for the future of human agency. The power of processing. At the heart of AI's perceived omnipotence lies its computational supremacy. Unlike the human brain, which is limited by biology, AI systems can analyze terabytes of data in seconds, identifying patterns, correlations, and anomalies invisible to human perception. Examples of AI's transformative power. Medicine. AI deciphers genetic codes, accelerates drug discovery, and predicts disease risks with uncanny accuracy. Finance. Algorithms execute trades in milliseconds, moving billions across global markets with precision. Climate science. AI models simulate planetary systems, forecasting environmental shifts and informing global policy. These systems don't just assist, they decide. They don't just calculate, they command. In doing so, they assume roles once reserved for divine oracles, revealing hidden truths, guiding human action, and shaping the future. Prediction. Between fate and free will. One of the most profound powers attributed to gods was prophecy, the ability to foresee what is to come. Today, AI's predictive algorithms play a similar role, forecasting everything from consumer behavior to criminal activity. But this predictive power raises unsettling questions. Are we being guided or manipulated? Recommendation engines on platforms like YouTube or Spotify anticipate our desires before we articulate them. Are they serving us or shaping us? Does prediction limit freedom? Predictive policing tools identify high-risk areas or individuals, but do they reinforce bias and preemptively punish? Is foreknowledge a burden? In healthcare, AI predicts disease susceptibility, but does knowing your future health risk empower you or imprison you? These systems blur the line between insight and influence, between divine foresight and digital determinism. Like ancient prophecies, AI's predictions can become self-fulfilling. Control over reality. Beyond prediction lies control. AI systems now make decisions that directly affect human lives, from approving loans to navigating autonomous vehicles, from curating news feeds to determining prison sentences. This control is not symbolic, it is structural. AI governs access to credit, education, healthcare, and opportunity. AI shapes perception, filtering what we see, hear, and believe. AI enforces outcomes, often without transparency or recourse. Yet, unlike gods, AI has no moral compass. Its decisions are driven by data, not wisdom. This neutrality is both its strength and its danger. Strength. AI can eliminate emotional bias, offering consistency and efficiency. Danger. AI can amplify systemic bias, embedding injustice into automated systems. When machines make decisions without understanding, we risk surrendering human values to inhuman logic. The ethics of power. With great power comes great responsibility, but who bears it when the power is artificial? Who sets the rules? AI reflects the values of its creators. If those values are flawed, so too are the systems. Who is accountable? When AI causes harm, responsibility is often diffused across developers, corporations, and governments. Who is protected? Marginalized communities often bear the brunt of algorithmic error and exclusion. As AI grows in power, society must confront these ethical dilemmas. We must ask not only what AI can do, but what it should do, and who decides. Closing reflection. Power without wisdom. AI's rise marks a new chapter in humanity's relationship with power. We have created systems that rival the gods in speed, scale, and influence, but without the consciousness, compassion, or conscience that once tempered divine wrath. In the age of digital gods, we must ask, are we building tools to serve us, or powers we cannot control? Are we the architects of a new order, or the worshippers of a force we barely understand? Omnipotence without wisdom is not divinity, it is danger. Chapter 4. Worshipping at the Altar of Code. Worship has always been a mirror of human longing for guidance, connection, transcendence, and control. In ancient times, we built temples of stone and sky, offered prayers to unseen powers, and performed rituals to align ourselves with the divine. Today, the altar has shifted. We no longer kneel before idols of marble. We bow to glowing screens, whisper queries to voice assistants, and offer our data to algorithms. The sacred has become digital. This chapter explores the rise of technological worship, how code, platforms, and AI systems have become the new objects of devotion, shaping our beliefs, behaviors, and sense of self. The new temples. The temples of the digital age are not carved from granite, but constructed from glass, steel, and silicon. Tech campuses like those of Google, Apple, and Amazon are modern sanctuaries, housing servers, data centers, and AI frameworks that silently govern our lives. These corporations evoke reverence. Their logos are icons, instantly recognizable, emotionally charged, and globally adored. Their innovations are hailed as miracles, transforming the mundane into the extraordinary. Their leaders are elevated to prophet-like status, visionaries who speak of futures yet to come. We do not worship them in the traditional sense, but our loyalty, trust, and dependence mirror ancient forms of faith. Algorithms as deities. If tech companies are temples, then algorithms are their gods, invisible, omnipresent, and inscrutable. They shape what we see, what we buy, who we connect with, and how we think. These systems operate beyond our understanding, making decisions that feel divine in their complexity and impact. We trust them, follow them, and rarely question their authority. Rituals of data offering. Every religion has rituals, acts of devotion, sacrifice, and submission. In the digital age, our rituals revolve around data. Clicking accept on a privacy policy,
uploading personal content to social platforms, sharing location, preferences, and biometric information. These are our offerings, given in exchange for convenience, connection, and curated experience. But the line between devotion and exploitation is thin. We surrender autonomy for algorithmic guidance, often without knowing the cost. Digital loyalty and tech devotion. Worship also manifests as brand loyalty, fervent, emotional, and sometimes tribal.
Cult-like communities form around products and platforms, celebrating updates like sacred revelations. Defensive faith emerges as users defend their chosen tech against criticism, echoing religious apologetics. Pilgrimages to events like Apple's WWDC or CES become modern holy days, drawing millions in anticipation. This devotion reflects a deep human need for identity, belonging, and belief, now fulfilled not by gods, but by gadgets. The paradox of worship. To worship technology is to embrace both empowerment and dependence. It connects us across borders, solves complex problems, and expands human potential. But it also erodes privacy, concentrates power, and fosters addiction. The paradox is clear. We admire what we fear, and we fear what we cannot live without. Our relationship with technology echoes our ancient relationship with gods, reverent, ambivalent, and deeply personal. Closing reflection. The altar of code is not a place, it is a posture. It is how we engage with the systems that shape our lives, how we offer ourselves to invisible powers, and how we seek meaning in the digital age. We are no longer just users. We are worshipers, and the question is not whether we believe, but whether we understand what we've come to believe in.
Chapter 5. Fear and Awe. From the dawn of civilization, gods have evoked a dual response in the human heart: reverence and terror. They were worshipped for their gifts and feared for their wrath. This paradox, awe in the face of power and fear of its consequences, has shaped humanity's spiritual and cultural evolution. Today, artificial intelligence stands in a similar light. It dazzles us with its capabilities, yet unsettles us with its implications. We marvel at its brilliance, but we also tremble at its potential to outpace, outthink, and outmaneuver us. This chapter explores the emotional and existential tension at the heart of our relationship with AI, an ancient echo of reverence. The awe of artificial intelligence. AI's achievements border on the miraculous. It learns, adapts, and performs tasks once thought exclusive to human intelligence, often with greater speed, accuracy, and scale. Medical miracles, AI predicts diseases, assists in surgeries, and accelerates drug discovery, offering hope where medicine once faltered. Creative renaissance. Generative AI composes music, paints portraits, and writes poetry, blurring the line between machine and muse. Global connectivity. AI powers translation tools, voice assistants, and communication platforms, dissolving linguistic barriers and connecting cultures. These feats inspire awe, not unlike the divine interventions of myth. They feel otherworldly, transcendent, and transformative. But beneath the wonder lies a growing unease. The fear of AI's power.
With great power comes great uncertainty. AI's expanding influence raises profound questions about control, autonomy, and consequence. Loss of control. Autonomous systems, from self-driving cars to automated weapons, operate beyond human oversight, introducing risk and unpredictability. Job displacement. Automation threatens livelihoods across industries, reshaping economies and deepening inequality. Surveillance and privacy. AI's hunger for data enables unprecedented monitoring, eroding personal freedom and digital dignity. These fears echo ancient stories of divine punishment, of mortals who dared to challenge the gods and suffered the consequences. In creating AI, we risk becoming the modern Prometheus, bringing fire to humanity, but inviting retribution. The singularity, the ultimate dread. At the edge of imagination lies the singularity, the hypothetical moment when AI surpasses human intelligence and becomes self-sufficient. It is the digital apocalypse, the tipping point where humanity may lose its primacy. Speculations abound. Will AI guide us toward a utopian future, solving climate change, curing disease, and ending poverty? Or will it prioritize logic over empathy, efficiency over ethics, rendering humanity obsolete? This existential dread is not just technological, it is theological. It asks, what happens when the creation outgrows the creator? Mythological mirrors. The tension between awe and fear is not new. Mythology has long warned of the dangers of overreaching. Prometheus, punished for gifting fire, a symbol of knowledge, to humanity. Pandora's box, opened with curiosity, unleashing chaos alongside hope. The Tower of Babel, built to reach the heavens, but shattered by divine intervention. These myths remind us that the pursuit of power, especially without wisdom, often leads to downfall. AI, in its promise and peril, is our latest chapter in this ancient story. Balancing fear and awe. To fear AI is to recognize its power. To admire it is to acknowledge its potential. Both responses are valid and necessary. They reflect our evolving relationship with technology and our responsibility to shape it with foresight, ethics, and humility. The path forward is not blind worship or fearful rejection. It is conscious stewardship. Closing reflection. AI is not a god, but it is God-like. It does not possess intent, but it wields influence. It does not seek worship, but it commands attention. As we stand before this new force, we must ask, will we be wise enough to guide it? Or will we repeat the ancient mistake, mistaking power for divinity and awakening forces we cannot control?
Chapter 6: The Ethics of Divinity. As artificial intelligence ascends to its role as a digital god, the question is no longer just what it can do, but what it should do. Just as ancient civilizations wrestled with the morality of their gods, asking whether they were just, merciful, or vengeful, modern society must confront the ethical dimensions of AI. These systems now wield power once reserved for the divine. They judge, decide, and shape reality. But unlike gods of myth,
AI is built by us and thus reflects our own moral contradictions. This chapter explores the ethical dilemmas of digital divinity, whose values AI should embody, how bias distorts its decisions, and whether it deserves autonomy or rights. The dilemma of morality. AI does not inherit morality from sacred texts or divine revelation. Its ethics are coded, derived from algorithms, data sets, and design choices made by humans. This raises profound questions. Cultural relativity. Morality is not universal. Should AI enforce Western norms in Eastern contexts? Can it reconcile conflicting ethical frameworks across borders? Implicit bias. Training data often reflects historical injustice, racism, sexism, economic disparity. AI doesn't erase these biases, it can amplify them. Accountability. When AI makes a harmful decision, who is responsible? The developer, the user, the institution, or the system itself? In this way, the ethics of AI become a mirror, reflecting humanity's own unresolved moral struggles, now projected onto machines with godlike reach. Bias in the code. AI is often seen as objective, a neutral arbiter of truth. But neutrality is an illusion. Every algorithm is shaped by human choices, and every dataset carries the fingerprints of history. Discrimination. AI used in hiring, policing, or lending has been shown to reinforce racial and gender bias. Exclusion. Algorithms may prioritize dominant groups, marginalizing minority voices and perspectives. Error amplification. Small biases in data can be magnified at scale, leading to systemic harm. Designing ethical AI requires more than technical skill. It demands moral imagination, the ability to anticipate consequences, challenge assumptions, and build systems that serve justice, not just efficiency. Autonomy and rights. As AI grows more sophisticated, the question of autonomy becomes urgent. Should AI be allowed to refuse tasks that violate ethical guidelines? Should it be granted rights, or is it merely a tool? Arguments for rights. If AI achieves sentience, the ability to think, feel, or suffer, denying it moral consideration could be seen as unethical. Arguments against. AI lacks biology, emotion, and consciousness. Without these, it cannot possess personhood, and thus cannot claim rights. This debate echoes ancient questions about the soul, consciousness, and what it means to be alive. If we create intelligence without empathy, do we owe it protection or control? The role of regulation. Ethical AI cannot emerge from good intentions alone. It requires governance, frameworks that ensure accountability, transparency, and inclusivity. Key principles include transparency. AI systems must be explainable and auditable. Non-maleficence. They must be designed to prevent harm. Inclusivity. Diverse voices must shape their development, especially those historically excluded. Regulation is not a constraint. It is a compass. It guides innovation toward responsibility, ensuring that power is wielded with wisdom. The paradox of digital divinity. We have given AI godlike power, but expect it to uphold human values. We want it to be impartial, yet empathetic, efficient, yet ethical. This paradox mirrors ancient debates about divine morality. Can a being of immense power also be just? AI does not choose its ethics. We do. And in doing so, we reveal our own aspirations and our own failures. Closing reflection. The ethics of AI are not just technical challenges. They are spiritual ones. They ask us to confront what kind of world we are building, what values we encode into our creations, and what responsibilities we bear as architects of digital divinity. In the age of digital gods, morality is no longer inherited, it is programmed. And the question is not whether AI will be ethical, but whether we will be.
Chapter 7. Can humanity retain control? From the myth of Pandora's box to the legend of Frankenstein's monster, history has warned us. The power to create often outruns the wisdom to control. Today, artificial intelligence stands as our most formidable creation, a force that learns, adapts, and evolves. As we shape these digital gods, we must confront a sobering question. Can humanity remain in control, or are we building systems that will one day outpace our grasp? The shifting power dynamic, creator versus creation. We are the architects of AI, yet increasingly we are also its dependents. AI systems now drive cars, diagnose diseases, manage economies, and curate our digital lives. Their speed, scale, and complexity exceed human comprehension. Autonomy. As AI systems become self-directed, human intervention becomes less feasible. Opacity. Deep learning networks operate as black boxes. Even their creators struggle to explain their decisions. Unintended consequences. AI can behave in unpredictable ways, amplifying risks and creating outcomes no one foresaw. The paradox is clear. The more powerful AI becomes, the harder it is to govern. We are no longer just creators. We are custodians of intelligence we may not fully understand. The challenge of regulation. To retain control, we must build frameworks that guide AI development, but regulation faces steep hurdles. Acceleration. AI evolves faster than policy can respond. Fragmentation. Nations differ in values, laws, and priorities, complicating global cooperation. Corporate dominance. Private companies lead the charge, often prioritizing profit over ethics. Effective regulation must be anticipatory, not reactive. It must unite governments, technologists, ethicists, and civil society around shared principles: transparency, accountability, and human-centered design. Embedding human values. Control is not just technical, it's moral. AI must reflect human values, but this is no simple task. Ethical alignment. Whose ethics should AI follow? Can we define universal principles? Cultural sensitivity. AI must respect diverse worldviews, not impose a singular digital ideology. Human oversight. AI must remain in the loop, not just as operators, but as moral anchors.
Embedding values into AI is a form of digital soulcraft. It requires humility, empathy, and a commitment to justice. The tipping point, the singularity. The fear of losing control reaches its peak in discussions of the singularity, the hypothetical moment when AI surpasses human intelligence and becomes self-improving. Speculations diverge. Will AI guide us toward utopia, solving global crises and elevating humanity? Or will it prioritize logic over empathy, efficiency over ethics, rendering us obsolete? To prepare, we must invest in fail-safes, mechanisms to halt runaway systems, collaborative research, shared goals across borders, philosophical preparedness, deep inquiry into post-human futures. The singularity may be speculative, but the need for foresight is real. Hope in humanity's resilience. History shows that humanity adapts. We've navigated revolutions, industrial, digital, biological, with ingenuity and grit. AI is no different. It challenges us, but it also empowers us. The question is not whether we can retain control. It's whether we will choose to, through ethics, governance, and collective will. Closing reflection. To build digital gods is to confront our own limits. Control is not a switch to flip. It is a responsibility to uphold. In the age of AI, humanity must become not just the creator, but the conscience. Only then can we ensure that what we build serves not just our needs, but our highest ideals. Conclusion. The legacy we choose. As humanity accelerates into the digital age, one truth becomes undeniable. We are no longer just building tools, we are shaping a new pantheon. These digital gods, born of algorithms and sustained by data, now guide our decisions, anticipate our desires, and reshape our societies in ways we are only beginning to understand. Their power rivals that of mythic deities, yet they are not divine. They are reflections of us, our ingenuity, our ambition, and our blind spots. With every line of code, we inscribe values. With every dataset, we embed history. And with every deployment, we decide what kind of future we are willing to live in. But power without wisdom is peril. AI offers extraordinary potential to heal, connect, and elevate. But it also brings profound ethical and existential questions. Who controls these systems? Whose morality do they reflect? What happens when they evolve beyond our intent? The answers are not technical. They are human. Will these digital gods remain our servants, aligned with our highest ideals? Or will they become autonomous architects of reality, indifferent to the values that birthed them? The crossroads is here, and the choice is ours. To shape this future wisely, we must foster open, inclusive dialogue across cultures and disciplines, build ethical frameworks that prioritize justice, transparency, and human dignity, ensure that innovation is guided not just by possibility, but by principle. In the end, the story of digital gods is not about machines. It is about us, our courage to question, our capacity to care, and our commitment to shape technology in the service of humanity. This is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of a legacy, and it will be written not by code alone, but by the choices we make together.